An insane Karen tries to sue my parents for over $1 million. This story happened in the mid-90s, spanning 2 years. I was 6 or 8 years old, so the details aren't fully known, but the story gets told by my parents every so often. When I was 6, we were in my dad's car coming home from work or daycare. I can't quite remember. My brother was about 10. We were in the back seat of a 2-door Mazda. We were fighting in the back seat while my dad was stopped at a red light. He turned around to swat at both of us, again, early 90s, to make us stop. His foot slipped off the brake and we rolled forward into the car in front of us. My dad says my brother asked if we hit something. Both cars pulled off in the shopping center, and this lady went into full hysterics, demanding an ambulance. And when the paramedics arrived, she insisted that she needed a neck brace and a backboard. My dad saw the writing on the wall and stayed behind to make sure the police got his full side of the story. And then the first thing he did was call the insurance company to tell them what happened. They had people out the next day to take pictures of the car and take my dad's statement. Sure enough, not long after comes the lawsuit. $1 million for crippling this woman for life. Thus began a 2-year-long battle with lawyers over the stupid fender bender. I know it took a long time, and that my dad often ranted about how she rejected the first settlement offer of about $30,000 and then later rejected the second offer of $50,000 because she was a greedy, lying, terrible person and wanted a full court hearing. By the time we got to court, my parents had separated, but since they were married at the time, they were both on the hook for the money if they lost. I was too young to go to the hearing and was promised it would be long and boring anyway, so I had to stay at a daycare. My brother got to go though. It was long and boring right up until Karen herself got up on the witness stand and gave her version of the supposed wreck. First off, she used a walker and wore a neck brace to get to the stand. And then, to sum it up, she was innocently waiting at a red light when she checked her rearview mirror and saw a great big white truck barreling towards her. And she just knew there was no way it would stop in time. So all she could do was brace for impact and pray. My parents perked up at that, as did their lawyers. They got out a set of pictures of a blue 2-door Mazda and showed them to the woman and asked if she recognized the car in the photographs. She said no. The lawyer showed the photographs to the judge and jury and explained that this was the car that struck Karen. Pictures were taken within 24 hours of the accident. The jury did an audible spit take. When the dust settled, not only did Karen not get her $1 million, but she ended up having to pay the attorney's fees, lost wages, and daycare costs incurred as a result of the lawsuit. And that was how we got a free trip to Disney. Some people are absolutely insane and they will do whatever it takes to try and get money from someone else. Car accidents are absolutely one of the biggest ones. This Karen really thought she was going to try and pull one past the judge and jury, pretending like she's crippled for life and using some kind of walker. It is so funny that she got caught in her own lie, and it is absolutely wonderful that she had to pay back for all the miserable lies that she tried to spring on this family. It's wonderful to see that this story ended up being in their favor, and I hope they enjoyed Disneyland.
The full version of this story is on the Am I the Jerk YouTube channel, and there's a link to that down below in the description. And if there are any updates to this story, they'll be there in the same link. I'm sure by now a lot of you guys realize that a ton of these stories are actually submitted by you, the person listening. And there's no special requirement to submit a story. You yourself could submit a story right now if you wanted to. It can be completely anonymous. In fact, that's encouraged. And that way you can freely and openly share the most juicy secrets of your entire life if you want to. So how do you do it? Just go to AmITheJerk.com/submit. Make sure you read the rules before posting, but that's it. You just go to AmITheJerk.com/submit, read the rules, and post your story. Then you can check back on future videos to see if your story made it or not.